is Chapter 11, the penultimate chapter in the main story. And oh boy, I think we're going to meet Death.
And
so it begins. The Necromancer's abyss lies at his feet. He is dark and terrible, and the cries of the dead follow him wherever he goes. There is nothing but hate in his heart. Hate for those who have taken his beloved, who have made him do terrible things, who have taken his humanity. Now reap the whirlwind, scions of death, for comes the Prince of Darkness.
So, welcome to the Necromancer's Abyss. Very lovely design we have here.
There's a lot going on here.
Let's see what our friend the Dead Knight has to say.
The 4th week of the month of the Virgin, the shadow will be powerful than the light, and path the abyss will be revealed. I suspect that's a period joke, but okay.
Time has been frozen here.
Oh.
We're gonna have to do something about that. But first of all, we got another collectible to get. It's the second last shadow gem in the game. So this is an artificial eclipse generator. So he said the month of the Virgin. That's Virgo.
Oh.
So that's the sign for Virgo.
Who in the world is going to know this?
And he mentioned the 24th. So we'll change the date here to the 24th under the sign of Virgo. That's my zodiac sign.
Okay, that is actually a number. Okay.
And this next one is a little harder to figure out. And then we have to change the phase of the moon. We're looking for a total eclipse. And that creates an artificial lunar eclipse. Sorry, a solar eclipse.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll give them credit for that one. That was clever.
Yeah, I definitely got stuck on that one for a while in my first playthrough. And it's one of two really irritating puzzles. Well, irritating but clever puzzles at the start of this level.
Okay, the worst part about that is the zodiac sign, because, like, who's gonna know that?
Well, the month of the Virgin, they can get to Virgo from there. All right, now this one is really, really tricky. You have to follow that blue path. See what the hint scroll has to say. So each tile is a different direction that you would move from the bottom going to the top. So if we start this here, it doesn't really do anything. So you start at the bottom,
Okay.
So each of these directions, represents a different cardinal. Each of these colors represents a different cardinal direction.
Okay.
So brown is up, orange is right.
So upright, up.
Yep. And we got to do left, which is green. And down is yellow.
Oh.
There's actually some very interesting concept art about this. I have to go more into the... so this is the last proper level in the game. I should go into a little more detail later on about some of the more technical behind-the-scenes stuff that I was able to dig up.
I kind of like this.
Yeah, it can be pretty irritating just because of the hitbox of the Dark Gauntlet, but again, it's a neat idea.
Yeah, cool concept, cool execution. A nice little treat at the end of the game. Maybe a little frustrating.
Really irritating when you replay this level, though.
Yeah. At least there's not combat. Yet, I would assume.
Yet.
Yeah.
Remember, Gabriel, you need 0 crystal shards. So we got these teleportation grids here, because this is the Devil May Cry 1 influence really coming in. This definitely reminds me of Mundus' lair. Anyway, here's a new enemy. It's the Reaper. Reapers are very easy to kill. But there's a catch, which is that they can kill you in one hit.
What the hell?
That Game Over music is a remix of the Game Over music from Castlevania 1. Also, while I'm here, since I missed this in my first run, here is the last life gem. And now we have a full health bar. Hooray!
Woo! Not that it does any good, because all these enemies are bullshit.
At least we don't have to fight them in this room. The Reaper is, again, it's very easy to kill, but it will instantly kill you in one hit. I'll put an asterisk on that though for later. No idea what the hell I was thinking here. Gabriel?
Gabriel? Gabriel?
Why did I leave this in?
Gabriel? It's Groundhog's Day!
Don't get close to the Reaper, Gabriel. Did you not hear the whole thing about dying in one hit? So this is something that unfortunately this level does a lot. It insists on doing this flyover shot. And
what in the world?
It does this every time you go into one of these portals, and unlike almost every other cutscene in the game, it cannot be skipped.
Oh.
Like each of these flyovers, every time you do it, you cannot skip it.
They were very impressed by themselves, you know. Check out this cool effect.
I think it was a thing to hide loading times, actually, but... Anyway, so while we're platforming around here, I thought I would talk about some of the more interesting things I found out sort of behind the scenes, just digging around in the files. Stop doing that, Gabriel, please. Anyway, so one interesting thing I found out was about the full motion video. So this game, like a lot of AAA games, it uses an expensive video codec to make sure that nobody can rip the files and just post them on the internet or whatever. So this game uses Bink Video.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the more common video codecs for AAA developers. The full motion videos that are stored in for like the big cutscenes, like the intro cutscenes, stuff like that, and the ending, etc. They are mixed only for the sound effects and music.
So the dialogue is real time.
Yeah, dialogue is mixed in real time
by the engine. Okay.
And it'll just because you could switch languages, etc. And this is a Necromancer. This is a repeated boss fight. You'll see several times. And now we're gonna get the actual last major power aside from Ultimate Shadow, which I'm saving for later. This is the Upward Guillotine.
Ooh.
So the Necromancer is pretty difficult. Lots of fast and powerful attacks. And it also has an interesting but very annoying gimmick in that, well, at least this first one will throw zombies onto the ground. Now, it throws zombies out of the ground, but it's actually taking like a piece of its soul out in order to summon the zombies. So any zombies that you destroy, it will actually take out of the Necromancer's HP. And any zombies you fail to destroy, it absorbs back into itself.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's an interesting way, I think, of dealing with having flunkies in a boss fight. But it also means you get grouped together a lot with a bunch of small enemies that are hard to kill.
They put some effort into this ending.
Yeah. This, by the way, is not death. This is a Necromancer, which is like a servant of death. We will be meeting death later.
QTE. Oh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, as I was saying about the files, there's also a couple of other interesting things I found out. For instance, the game's concept art is all stored as a BIK file.
Okay.
It's all one frame long as a BIK file, and it's basically gets called when you put it in in the extras menu, and it basically, I think it was done as a security measure to make sure that you can't just find the PNG files and export them. Also, this is the point where I just started fast forwarding through the flyovers.
I do not blame you.
And I'm trying to think about what else. Oh yes, the illustrations, like those illustrations you see in the travel books. Those are also stored as BIK files. They are chroma keyed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're chroma keyed BIK files. They are. Yes, they are chroma keyed BIK files. They're like, if you see them normally, they're just like basically a green blobby mess. But if you put it through, like say Adobe Premiere, if you can export it, it's you can use the green screen technology to see that you can sort of see the outlines, and that essentially gets called through as a video file texture onto the book to make it look like it was handwritten.
I wondered how they did that.
Yeah, there are also references to, like there's another Easter egg that was removed from the PC version, which we'll be seeing much later. There's there are text file references to that Easter egg still in the game files, although the actual textures of that Easter egg are not there, but there are still some data files left in there referencing like the names of those texture files, but not the actual textures themselves.
Makes sense.
Anyway, I'm sure there's a lot more that I missed, but that was just stuff that I was able to find. Anyway.
It's always kind of interesting to see how it works behind the scenes, and do a little exploration.
Yeah, and this is all just like amateur sleuthing. I'm sure that someone with a decompiler and everything else would be able to find a lot more stuff than I did. Anyway, onward. At this point, I just wanted it to end, and I kind of went crazy with my music choices.
Level might be a bit long, would be
Yes.
the note that I would be giving designers.
Yeah, this video is already 25 minutes after the fast forwarding. Yeah, this is, I think, the last remaining Shadow Magic gem that I'm picking up here, if memory serves. Oh, no, sorry, it's the light gem. I'm gonna miss that musical cue. It's not in Lords of Shadow 2. They took it out.
Aww!
I know. It's one of the worst things about Lords of Shadow 2.
Konami's evil had to begin somewhere.
It started with removing stuff from the PC port Lords of Shadow, and then it went up to Metal Gear Solid 5. What, did you recognize that one?
No, but you had fun with this.
That was Sonic and the Black Knight.
Oh my god!
And I it's been a while since I edited that one, but I think one of the early ones was from like the second season of Death Note. I just basically did
yeah.
Basically, I did like anything that was loud, abrasive, or like metal screams, things like that. Anyway, yeah, that's a shadow. No, that's a scroll. This is the other Portal reference. This one actually works, I think, because it's not the name. It's not the name of a company, but rather a concept called Aperture Magic. But it still works as a Portal reference. I like this one. This is way better than the "cake is a lie" joke from the from an earlier video, which is one of the scrolls that I missed, but I ended up posting it in the thread. And if I didn't,
oh my god!
And if I didn't, I need to post it in the thread, or maybe I'll just put it in the video, because that is quite the that is a much worse reference than the Aperture Magic one. All right, see you later, Reapers.
Bye, guys.
Alright, so I mentioned that there was an asterisk when it came to the one-hit kills on the Reapers.
Okay.
So if you are caught on the very edge of a Reaper's Scythe, it will only take off 3/4 of your health instead of all of your health. That is the one saving grace you are given. It is a very small hitbox.
Yeah, it seems like there's a larger hitbox that might be passing through you to do the damage there. That's really bizarre.
Yeah, like it does seem like there's an intended saving grace. Like if you're only like slightly graced by the edge of the scythe.
Yeah.
You should know that one.
I think I do, yeah.
Yeah, Collective Consciousness from Metal Gear Rising. That was Radical Highway from Sonic Adventure 2.
Had entirely too much fun with this.
Yeah. I may have gone a little crazy during the editing in this. You know, I did a lot of shit post editing during our Let's Play of Gun, which is not in the Something Awful archives, but you know, search my channel, you'll find it. I decided to bring some of that back for this level because it gets too repetitive otherwise.
It does seem a bit on the long side.
Yeah, like the art style is breathtaking and original. You know, it brings back a lot of memories of Devil May Cry, for example. Definitely the ending portions. But yeah, it does drag in parts. Also, I kind of destroyed the Necromancer here a little too fast to point it out, but he has a phase where it's similar to the one with the zombies, but instead he uses Reapers.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's really bad. But it works the same way, where he takes a bit out of his HP to summon the Reapers. Well, I mean, we're in hell anyway, might as well.
Yeah.
Alright, last bit of double jumping and platforming. I was really worried that I would get at least one copyright claim, but I didn't.
Music just short enough.
Yeah, just short enough. It was like less than 5-second bursts. And I got 0 copyright claims on the raw gameplay file. Which of course means that as soon as I upload the cut and uncut commentary versions, I will somehow get copyright claims, even though just because I've jinxed myself, but oh well. Can't be helped. I really like the unintentional way that the low health heartbeat adds to the atmosphere in this part of the level.
Little touches, man, I'm telling you.
And I will admit, because this is the last level, they really do go all out with the platforming here.
Mm-hmm. It is a good mix of platforming and combat. Just goddamn, is it long?
Yeah, it could probably serve to maybe take out about a third of this level and make the flyover cutscene skippable, and this level would have been significantly improved.
Oh my god, this is the classic Zen of Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
I mean, Black Mesa Zen has its problems too, but nowhere near as bad as classic Zen.
Yeah.
Like, it cannot compete. This is the last portal. I wonder what the music is.
Oh my god. Oh boy.
And here we go. The last upgrade in the whole game. So long, power-up music. You served your country well.
Moment of silence for the moments of silence.
And at long last, this level comes to an end. Okay, first we gotta refill our health, and then the level comes to an end. And as I pointed out before, I got the health upgrade on a second run, so when we do the next level, I will have the full health bar. Anyway, so there are 2 boss fights to finish the main game. And the first one, don't worry, I pick it up later. This is me realizing that I missed one and I have to go back.
Whoops.
And dreading the replay.
This is why the music's in there, by the way, not because the level's long, because he had to replay it.
And yes, the next boss fight is the Dracolich.
The Dracolich.
Now, I did mention several videos ago that there was one boss fight whose name was just a direct rip from Dungeons & Dragons. It's the Dracolich.
It's the Dracolich.
Which, can't remember exactly. I think, it's from Forgotten Realms.
Yes. I believe you're right.
And it does, looking from the picture here that I'm seeing, yeah, it looks pretty similar to how it is in Forgotten Realms in D&D 5e. Anyway, that's going to be next video.
Perfect.